The most dangerous lie in life is not spoken loudly. It is the one you believe without thinking.
If you always believe without thinking, then this story is for you.
In a small Indian village surrounded by golden mustard fields, tall banyan trees, and rows of simple mud houses, there lived a young rabbit named Chintu. The village was peaceful. Every morning, the sun rose slowly behind the fields, painting the sky with soft orange light. Birds sang from the peepal tree, cows walked lazily toward the ponds, and children, young animals of every kind, played freely without fear. Chintu loved this village. But Chintu was not an ordinary rabbit. While most rabbits spent their time hopping around, playing games, or sleeping in the shade, Chintu was different. He was curious, hardworking, and thoughtful. He liked listening to stories from elders, watching how things worked, and dreaming about how life could become better for everyone. He helped his family collect leftover vegetables after harvest. He greeted every animal politely. In the evenings, he sat quietly near the old peepal tree, listening to conversations, learning something new every day. But Chintu had one big weakness. He believed everything he heard. If someone said, "The sky is falling," Chintu would panic and look up in fear. If someone whispered, "That path is cursed," Chintu would avoid it forever. He believed words without checking the truth. The elders often shook their heads and said, "Chintu has a clean heart, but his mind is too open. Not every word deserves entry." Chintu smiled politely, but he never truly understood those words. Near the village lived many animals: rabbits, goats, cows, birds, monkeys, and even a few dogs that guarded the farms. Life moved slowly and safely. One evening, a black crow named Kalu arrived. Kalu was clever, sharp-eyed, and loud. He loved attention. Wherever he went, he brought news, sometimes true, often exaggerated, and sometimes completely false. But he enjoyed the power that came with people listening to him. That evening, as animals gathered under the peepal tree, Kalu perched himself on a high branch and cleared his throat. "Listen, everyone," he called dramatically. "I have terrible news!" The chatter stopped instantly. Kalu continued, "I heard the farmers are planning to dig the fields tomorrow. Many rabbit burrows will be destroyed." A wave of fear rushed through the crowd. Rabbits whispered nervously. Mothers hugged their children. Some animals began discussing escape routes. Chintu's heart started pounding. "Our burrow," he thought. "Our home." Without asking questions, without checking facts, Chintu panicked. Chintu ran home as fast as he could. "Mother, mother!" he cried. "We must leave. Our burrow will be destroyed tomorrow." His mother looked at him calmly. She had lived long enough to understand fear and truth. "Who told you this, Chintu?" she asked gently. "Kalu the crow," Chintu replied quickly. She sighed and said softly, "Son, words are easy to say. Truth is harder to find." But Chintu's fear was louder than wisdom. That night, he could not sleep. His mind was filled with images of broken homes, crying families, and destruction. Fear wrapped around his thoughts like darkness. Before sunrise, he began packing dry leaves and roots. His little sister watched silently and asked, "Brother, where are we going?" "To save ourselves," Chintu said, though his voice trembled. Just then, an old tortoise named Bhola slowly walked toward their burrow. Bhola was the wisest animal in the village. He spoke little, walked slowly, and thought deeply. "Why are you running, young one?" Bhola asked. Chintu explained everything: Kalu's words, his fear, his plan to leave. Bhola smiled kindly. "Before your feet move," he said, "let your mind walk first. Did you see the farmers? Did you hear them yourself?" Chintu stayed silent, but fear still controlled him. "I must go," Chintu said. "I cannot take the risk." Bhola looked at him with calm eyes and replied, "Fear runs fast. Truth walks slowly. Remember that? Chintu nodded, but still left. As Chintu ran through the fields, he met a group of monkeys playing joyfully. "Why are you running like a storm?" One monkey laughed. "The village will be destroyed," Chintu cried. The monkeys stopped laughing. "Destroyed," one said. "We saw farmers planting seeds today, not digging." Chintu froze. Planting seeds. Confusion filled his mind. But instead of returning, he ran further, now driven by fear and embarrassment. Soon, the familiar fields disappeared. Chintu reached a dry forest. Food was scarce. Nights were cold and filled with strange sounds. Hunger weakened him. Loneliness broke his heart. Under a thorny bush one night, Chintu whispered, "Why didn't I check the truth?" He missed his mother's warmth, his sister's laughter, Bhola's calm voice. Fear had pushed him away from everything he loved. The next morning, weak and tired, Chintu turned back. When he reached the village, sunlight filled the air. Birds sang, children played. The burrows were safe. The fields were untouched. Nothing had happened. Tears filled Chintu's eyes. He walked slowly to the peepal tree where Bhola sat. "I was wrong," Chintu said softly. "I believed words without truth." Bhola placed his old hand on Chintu's head. "This mistake is your teacher, not your punishment," he said. Just then, Kalu the crow flew down, looking uncomfortable. I only heard a rumor," Kalu said quietly. "I didn't mean harm." Bhola looked at everyone and said, "Words have power, but wisdom decides whether we accept them." From that day, Chintu changed. He still listened, but he questioned. He still trusted, but he verified. He still believed, but only after understanding. Weeks later, another rumor spread about a dangerous snake near the river. Panic began again. But this time, Chintu stepped forward. "Let us check before we fear," he said. They went together and found only a rope. The village smiled proudly at Chintu. He had grown not just in courage but in wisdom. Moral of the story is that in life, rumors are loud, but truth is quiet. Learn to listen carefully, question wisely, and never let fear decide your future.